Welcome back to the channel, and a big day of racing in the works. We've got the Scottish Grand National. I'm very much looking forward to that one. In my previous video I did put two horses up for that, so make sure you do go check that out, but I'll just give a run through my selections for that one. I gave out Stormy Judge, who's now 13-2. I put him up at about 8 or 9-1. I'm pretty sure, so there's plenty of money coming for that one. He does have the profile of a horse that might be ahead of the handicapper, so he's definitely one to keep an eye on. Win My Wings has been weak in the market as well. He's out to 8-1, having been a little bit short of a Christian Williams, and there's not too much support for Kitty's Light. He's a little bit weak in the market, out to 13-2, but it's going to be an interesting race for sure. And he also gave a shout out to Cool Mix, who I think at an each way price will run well. He's a very solid horse. But on to today's racing, and it's going to be two selections. Both of them are going to be over in France at St Cloud, and it's the 250 which catches my eye. Tribalist is 5-4 favourite. He's short enough in the market, but I think this horse is going to take the world of beating. He's already got 3 runs to his name, so he's got a little bit of experience over his other rivals. 2 of them have come on the grass, and then 1 on the all-weather. His debut was on heavy ground against a horse called Elevan, who has gone on and won since, and the form of that race has worked out very well. And he didn't get the clearest of runs that day, and he was against the inside of the track, which on heavy grounds maybe isn't the place to be, so he came from unfavourable circumstances. Ran on well enough in the end to 5th, and there's been plenty of winners come out of that race. His next to him was in a listed stakes over 7 furlongs, a slight drop back in trip, and he was held up and he just couldn't get going in time to get there in the end. He was only beaten a length in the end. That was a very solid run against 2 horses that have gone on and won since as well, so the form of that race has worked out well. And as I said, he was only beaten a length. He finished fast enough that day, suggested the step up in trip back to a mile, which is today's trip, would suit well. And then he made a reappearance just a couple of weeks ago on the 9th of March at Chantilly on the all-weather, and it was a race where they probably didn't go fast enough for him. I think he needs to see that mile trip out quite well, and he just couldn't get going in the end. 1 came over the top. It was a pretty impressive performance. I think he got beaten by a very good horse that day. He managed to get up for second in the end and beat a couple of horses, including Chesterfield, who reopposes him today. Now, Chesterfield didn't get the cleanest runs of all and was finishing fast enough in the end, but I just think back on the grass today, on that good to soft ground, I think it's going to suit Tribalist a lot more. And even though Chesterfield was the eye catcher and is probably his biggest threat, I think under Mikel Barcelona, Andre Faber, who's going pretty well at the minute, I think he's going to take the world of beating at 5-4, and will be a pretty strong selection on today's racing. Now the next tip comes in the race after. It's a Group 3 over the mile again, and the Revenant is 6-5 favourite, and again I think even though short enough, he's going to take the world of beating, and I think this horse should really be odds on to win this race. I think he made a winning appearance last time at St Cloud in a listed stake over the mile, and he won that pretty well. He showed a very good turn of foot. Now I think the reason that is a backable price is because he was beaten in this race last year against Wally and De Hale, who do reoppose today, but that day both of them had runs previous, so there was 100% fit, and the Revenant was coming into this race on his seasonal reappearance, and he only finished about a length off both of them that day. And I just think you can excuse that run. It was on good ground, it was his seasonal reappearance, and there's quite a few different factors today. He's got softer ground, which will definitely suit this horse. Remember, this horse managed to be 4th in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, only 2 lengths behind Palace Pier and Baid, and I just think none of the other horses in this lineup could get anywhere near to them horses. He's definitely the class act in this field. Christoph Suleiman taking the ride as well. He's probably the best jockey in the world at the minute, in my opinion, so that's no bad thing at all. And De Hale and Wally are coming into this on the seasonal reappearance, and I just think a race fit the Revenant is probably better than them anyway, and the race fitness edge as well is going to be a massive positive. So at 6-5 I think is a bet for me. I'll probably back them both as singles and have a little double on them. I think they're both going to take the world of beating. I'd be surprised if either of them get beat, to be fair, but definitely one of these shall be winning. And at the end of the day, if even one of them wins you slightly up anyway if you take the 5 to 4 and 6 to 5 on offer. So they're my two tips for today. They're shorter than I'd usually go for, but I just think these horses are probably a class apart in the fields and they'll take a world of beating. And just once again, in the Scottish Grand National, Stormy Judge and Cool Mix are the horses for me. If you want to check out my reasoning for them horses, make sure you do check out my previous video. But apart from that, thanks a lot for watching. Good luck with all your selections today, and we'll see you on the next video.